play, the offensive rebound, and what you were seeing in your mindset before you let go?
Well, I mean, I knew that they weren't going to leave me on the perimeter for open three. So it was just a matter of me just picking some spots and trying to do something different and attack the glass, knowing that they didn't have a true big man out there. And when Brown had it, it was all eyes on him. So it was just a matter of, getting to the offensive rebound and, keeping the ball alive at that point. As far as the three goes, once Brown told me to get strong side corner, I knew something was about to happen. That's something we always, work on and trying to have that connection out there on the court when it comes to that. So once he did that, once he sent me to the strong side corner, it was either, my man couldn't leave or they was going to leave and something good was going to come from that.
You've had a lot of big scoring nights. Just your perspective on LeBron tonight and what you saw and what stood out to you.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. His scoring, he was phenomenal tonight. The way that it came and the rhythm of the game and the flow of the game, us making that comeback, and him being a big reason for us coming back and making that run that we did. And then at the end, he just put us on his back tonight. He was phenomenal. What else can we say about him?
Melo, for a good portion of your career, you kind of held the unofficial title from a lot of people who comment on the game as the greatest scorer alive. LeBron did a television episode of his show the other day and said it kind of pisses him off that he doesn't get that same recognition as when
Can't
people...
get everything, man.
That's a perfect answer. That's all I got.
No, I know the feeling. I can only imagine, somebody who's, can be the all-time leading scorer in NBA history who don't get the credit of being a scorer. But it is what it is, man. They got to talk about something. We all know he can score the ball. I think the difference is, is just some people are pure scorers. Some people are just have a knack for scoring and know how to score, and it just comes to them. The skill sets and things of that nature. And then you have players like LeBron who knows how to put the ball in the hole, who knows how to score the basketball, and is totally different type of players, different dynamics. But to say that he's not a scorer when he got 30,000 points is, whoever asked that question need to just stop asking.
I mean, you just said he's not a pure scorer, though, so I'm going to hold that. I'm just kidding.
You can flip it if you want. It's guys that's out there in the league. I mean, he would attest to that. I mean, it's the KDs and the, guys who just scored. That's what we do. That's not what he does. And, he just know how to do it at a high clip and high levels.
Don't ruin my headline. I think over the last 3 games especially, we could sense frustration really building with the losing, and especially the type of losing. Whether this starts a run or builds momentum, we'll find out. But in the short term, how important is it for this group to just have some of that pressure released?
Everybody deals with pressure differently. Each individual deals with their own pressure differently. As a whole, I mean, of course, when you're losing games, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to look at the game. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to look at tape and say, I could have did that better, or we could have did that better. The only thing that I'm glad that we're not doing right now is pointing fingers. And, when you're losing games, that's the easiest thing to do is to start pointing fingers and, getting to the he say, she saying, what people are saying. And as long as our locker room is tight and close, then anything that anybody is saying to win games and at the highest level, but also having that experience and letting everybody know not to fold, stand up, stand strong, stay positive, is getting in the gym every day and, work the habits and, good things that come from that.
All right, Russ, fill us in. Conference standings.
Yeah.
For
Tar Heels won and my Lakers won.
Day for you. 20 points
2
for
for
Russ
2, baby.
In the Laker win. He's speaking with Mike at the media.
Russ, just want to get your perspective on LeBron's 56 and kind of how you saw that building and what the key was for you in supporting that and supplementing as you could.
Yeah, man, when he has it going like that, there was really nobody on their team can do anything with him tonight. And tonight he forced his will and had his hands on the game at all levels. and it was really big, especially for games like this where we needed to win.
Russ, we saw you move off ball to receive some passes off the cut and score at the hoop. We saw you get into the lane, use pump fakes in order to finish at the hoop. Are those examples of some tweaks and adjustments that you've looked to make in order to up your productivity?
Yeah, just trying to find ways to be active and stay involved. That's about it.
Russ, there was a play in the fourth quarter when I think Malik had a three rattle in and out, and you kind of came back and you found him in the backcourt real quick and just had a quick moment with him. Then I think the next play, your baseline, and you were able to find him. He hits a really big shot. What did you say to him in that little bit in that moment? And I guess just as a teammate, to see that kind of immediate result.
Be ready for the next one because you're going to be open again, and it was that short-lived. And exactly the next possession, he left open. He was wide open. Knocked it down.
I'm sorry to follow up. Has there been a lot of that kind of encouragement within this group over this last 10 games or so where
it doesn't stop. It never stops. It's always huge on you keep encouraging others around you. That is the way you be able to help others regardless of what you have going on. You find ways to uplift people around you, and that's something I strongly believe in. So it's definitely something that I've continued to do and always have done in the past.
Hey, Russ. I asked Frank this, and I want to ask you too. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama this season, but do you think one thing that's gotten lost in the narrative is what LeBron's doing at age 37? I mean, for him to be performing at this level, do you think that's talked about enough?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm, not privy to kind of what's talked about, what's not. But I do know, just being around daily, seeing him be locked in and playing at a level that a lot of people don't really expect him to play at his age, and to see it firsthand, it's it's something that I can learn from as I continue to get older in this league and find ways to be able to be effective, and not just that. He's one of the best of all time, and he's showing exactly why he's at, and year after year he keeps proving other people wrong.
Just as a quick follow to that, when you say that's something that you could learn from, what have you seen him do, to be able to perform like that at this age? He always talks about his body and his mind. I think just him, he had some injuries this year, kind of put him in and out of rhythm from time to time, but he's done a good job of just sticking with his work, his craft, and, using it to his advantage each and every night.
You said Thursday, season's not over yet. You were pretty defiant about it, and you guys have talked a lot about belief. Is it important just to have it reinforced for you guys to see it, to get a result, to kind of remind you that this isn't just a hope, this is something that can actually happen?
I never was a hope. I know that the season ain't over. I know we have a chance. So win, lose, or draw, my attitude and demeanor stays the same.
We got one final question with Corey on Zoom.
I don't know, Russ. What does a win like this mean against a team like that did jump in the season?
Say it again.
What does a win like this against a team like that did jump in the season you got going forward?
It's a good win for us, especially at home. We've been struggling, especially to get a win here. I know they've been struggling as well, so good win for us. Especially at the crib where we needed one badly. So hopefully we can build off this.